Part 1, Introduction, Dubai's Alleged Collapse. The video opens with a dramatic claim that Dubai, once known as the city that never sleeps, is entering a severe economic crisis. It argues that real estate transactions have fallen sharply compared with the previous year and portrays this as evidence that Dubai's property boom is ending. The narrator claims that multinational companies are relocating to Riyadh because of Saudi Arabia's RHQ policy, causing capital, businesses, and skilled workers to leave Dubai. The introduction sets the tone by arguing that Dubai's problems are structural rather than temporary and promises to visit 10 major locations to show why the city is allegedly losing its economic strength. Part 2, Jumeirah Beach Residence, JBR. The narrator visits JBR and focuses on Ain Dubai, the giant observation wheel. Instead of describing a lively tourist destination, the video presents JBR as unusually quiet. It argues that Ain Dubai has become a symbol of Dubai's struggles because it is no longer operating. The narrator links the attraction's closure to alleged engineering problems, declining tourist confidence, and regional security concerns. Hotels, restaurants, and beachfront businesses are described as suffering from reduced visitors, while investors are said to be dealing with falling property values, rising vacancies, and lower rental income. Part 3, Palm Jumeirah. The focus shifts to Palm Jumeirah, presented as an example of luxury developments facing hidden engineering and environmental challenges. The narrator claims that the artificial island's design has reduced natural water circulation, contributing to algae growth and unpleasant odors. Maintenance costs are described as increasing because of erosion and the ongoing need to protect the island's artificial beaches. The video also claims that wealthy property owners are moving their investments elsewhere, reducing rental demand and increasing vacancies. Palm Jumeirah is portrayed as a luxury destination whose long-term sustainability is being questioned. Part 4, JVC and JVT. The video next examines Jumeirah Village Circle, JVC, and Jumeirah Village Triangle, JVT, arguing that these communities have become oversupplied with apartments. According to the narrator, thousands of new units entering the market have created intense competition among landlords. Limited transportation, increasing maintenance fees, and weaker tenant demand are described as driving higher vacancy rates. The narrator argues that investors who purchased off-plan apartments expecting rapid appreciation are now facing lower prices, reduced rental income, and financial stress. Part 5, Downtown Dubai. Attention then turns to downtown Dubai, including Dubai Mall and the Burj Khalifa area. The narrator argues that this district, once considered the heart of Dubai's economy, has lost much of its momentum. The video attributes this to declining foreign investment, especially from Russian buyers, and stricter financial regulations affecting capital flows. Luxury retailers are described as facing lower customer traffic, while premium apartments allegedly experience rising vacancies and declining resale values. Despite the iconic skyline, the narrator suggests that economic activity has weakened beneath the surface. Part 6, Business Bay. Business Bay is presented as another district experiencing declining demand. The narrator claims that Saudi Arabia's regional headquarters initiative has encouraged multinational corporations to relocate to Riyadh, reducing demand for premium office space in Dubai. At the same time, thousands of new residential units are said to be entering the market, creating oversupply. Office vacancies, lower rental yields, and falling property values are presented as signs that Business Bay's ambition to become the Manhattan of the Middle East is facing serious challenges. Part 7, Dubai Marina. The video then discusses Dubai Marina, once promoted as an ideal location for Airbnb and short-term rental investments. According to the narrator, stricter regulations, higher operating costs, additional licensing requirements, and restrictions imposed by residential communities have made short-term rentals less profitable. Many investors are said to have shifted their apartments into the long-term rental market, increasing competition and reducing rental income. The narrator portrays Dubai Marina as a place where a once booming investment model has weakened considerably. Part 8, Jumeirah Lakes Towers, JLT. JLT is described as facing environmental and infrastructure-related challenges. The narrator argues that artificial lakes have contributed to algae growth, humidity, and maintenance issues in nearby buildings. As residents relocate to newer communities, restaurants, shops, and local businesses are portrayed as losing customers. Higher vacancies, declining rental yields, and falling property values are presented as evidence that JLT is struggling to maintain its previous popularity. Part 9, Meydan City. The narrator next visits Meydan City, focusing on delayed or incomplete megaprojects. Large construction sites and unfinished developments are presented as examples of investment projects that failed to meet expectations. The cancellation of Meydan 1 Mall is described as a major setback, while financial pressure on developers is portrayed as contributing to project delays. Investors who purchased off-plan properties are said to be facing uncertainty because of slower development and weaker market demand. Part 10, DIFC. Dubai International Financial Center, DIFC, is portrayed as another district facing stronger regional competition. The narrator claims that international consulting firms and financial companies have expanded operations into Saudi Arabia, reducing activity in Dubai. Luxury restaurants, office buildings, and commercial developments are described as quieter than before. Although DIFC remains an important financial district, the video argues that competition from Riyadh is gradually reducing its dominance as the region's leading financial center. Part 11, the World Islands and Final Conclusion. The final section focuses on the World Islands project. The narrator describes it as one of Dubai's boldest engineering achievements but argues that many islands remain underdeveloped or face infrastructure, legal, and investment challenges. Difficulties involving transportation, utilities, maintenance, and ongoing development are presented as reasons why the project has struggled to achieve its original vision. The video concludes by arguing that Dubai's property market depends on genuine economic demand rather than ambitious construction projects alone. It suggests that sustainable investment requires long-term cash flow, stable demand, and realistic expectations. The closing message encourages viewers to think critically before investing and ends with a request to like, share, and subscribe.